They're coming. Ready?
The Re-Up. An amazing jam, if you ask me. Samantha Jansen with a track titled Ice Pop. I don't know why I'm fumbling over your name. Anyway, moving right along. Thank you very much for joining us. This right here is the Re-Up with Nthokozo Botjie as well as Sheila Ndikumana. Monday to Friday between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. CAT. This is what goes down. Right now, we have an all-round performer, MC, actress, reality TV star, and as mentioned, a family member. Samantha Jansen in the studio. How are you doing, Sammy?
I'm really good into because I don't understand why Sheila is laughing because we family.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does she not understand?
No, listen. You see, family is it's like you don't wait for the moment where she appears and you're like, that's my family member. You know, I was waiting to know about this family situation from like day one, man.
Oh, come on, Sheshe. Don't make it difficult for us.
Yeah.
But Ice Pop. This is why you're here, right?
I am, yes.
Yeah. So you back? Are we doing this radio thing again? Are you taking over the show? It would be great to have two ladies in the studio.
For real?
Yeah.
Yes, for the next how many minutes? Yes. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, it's not going to be for long. Sheshe was already giving me looks. She's like, okay, this is how we roll. All right.
I said nothing.
Okay.
I feel like a big quiet.
I said looks. But
Okay.
yeah, Sammy, you've come a long way, right?
I have.
Yeah, tell us about you and the entertainment industry, a relationship that you've had for a very long time. And I feel like it started way, way back before I knew you and the average person saw you on television and on these Instagram streets. I want to find out from you exactly, like, when did the bug bite?
Do you know what? I started as a model in the industry. I started off as a model. I got scouted by a few agencies and then I ended up signing with Sashi Naidu with Alushi.
Yes.
And then after that, I got into a show called Vixens, like years ago. But during that time, the one thing that I've always been very passionate about was songwriting and music. But I feel like as a person, and people don't always believe this, but everything happens for a reason and it happens when it's supposed to happen. Because if I even had to attempt music like 5 years ago, it would never have turned out the way it did. Because I'm not the person I am now. Do you understand? That time, I was a completely different person as opposed to now. So yeah, and then it was that, and then it was Africa Facts, which I did for the 2010 World Cup, where I got to interview football stars and I got to show people what Africa looks like. And then I got to do Big Brother. But even before the whole Big Brother thing, I had written songs. And one of my friends said to me, there's a guy from the States, he's looking for songwriters. I think you need to approach this guy. Because I wrote her a song and she was like, I think your songs are really dope. Go and speak to this guy. And mind you, I procrastinated for like 3 weeks. I was so freaked out. I was like, oh my God, no. And then I went and I showed him my songs. And then he asked me, can you sing one of the songs for me? So I sang the song for him. And then he sent me through to execs in the States. And then he called me back like 2 days after that. And he was like, listen, they want a picture of you. So I was like, but I figured I'm doing this as a songwriter, you know? So I was like, okay, cool. So I sent through a picture and then he was like, they want to know if you want to be an artist because you would be able to sell as an artist. So I was like, yeah, but I don't feel like I'm that confident right now, you know? So it's a process. And then they wanted me to build up my social media network as well. Because social media is a big thing in any industry. Right now, social media is so big. So I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Anyway, so Big Brother came up.
Yeah.
And Big Brother did the social media thing for me, basically, without me having to do anything.
Yeah.
And then, I went to New York. I was there for, a year and a half. Now I'm between New York and SA. And that's where Ice Pop came from.
Oh wow. All right. Sheshe got a question for you.
I'm curious, what was Vixens about?
Vixens, do you know, Vixens was, remember Girls of the Playboy Mansion?
Yeah.
Yes. So the whole concept was that we wanted to, or the company wanted, if a girl doesn't trust the boyfriend, what you do is you take your boyfriend and you put him in a house with these 6 girls. So we used to live in this massive house.
A trap.
Yes. They were basically. I love this. Okay. So that was the whole concept. So there was cameras everywhere. We used to have parties all the time. There was a pool table, there was a pool, everything. And then what they would try and pick up is those little things where the guy's trying to hit on this one or he's trying to do that or whatever. And then by the end of the week, the girl will now look at the footage and say, but so this is, if you were able to do all of these on camera, what do you do when people don't even watch because you know you're on camera?
Yeah.
So that was Vixens.
So you were part of you were part of the trap.
I was part of the trap, yes.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, she looks like she gonna trap your husband.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
It's a problem.
Well.
In case you just joined us, Samantha Jansen's in the studio talking about her career, man, talking about her music journey that kick-started all the way in New York, if I'm not mistaken. Well, here and then, got a little flint in New York, and now she's back here to give us a fire.
Yes.
So Sammy, I want to find out from you, like, especially Ice Pop itself, right?
Yeah.
Why this single, the first single? Because you write songs, so we assume there's a lot more songs out there.
Yeah.
But I want to find out why this single and the lyrics itself. Like, I want to find out more about the lyrics because you write these lyrics yourself, finally, I could. But Taylor Swift, man, come on, man. Start writing. Okay. Yeah, sorry, that was just me.
Okay, no. So, Ice Pop. Do you know what actually happened? Because I write music, most of my music is not... this song I wrote with a guy called Steve-O. And he's a big songwriter. He's written for like very big artists in the States. So he had written the song and he was like, he wants me to co-write. But it's not the route I wanted to take. So when I got to New York last year, they'd asked me, what do you think is the next big thing in music? And I said, African beats.
Yeah.
And they were like, why? And this is before Drake's One Dance came out.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
And,
girl.
and they asked me why, so I'm like, I promise you, the next big thing in music is African music, specifically South African beat, those beats, and Nigerian beats. And one of the guys, Mike, was like, I told them this and they don't believe me. Next thing, Drake came.
Oh.
And then they called me up, they're like, remember you said? I'm like, guys, I told you. But because I'm African, they figured in order for me to do an African song with an African beat, I would not necessarily appeal to a bigger market as opposed to if I had done something more commercial.
Yeah.
So that's why Ice Pop. So they were like, okay, let's drop Ice Pop first. And then Ice Pop was supposed to drop in New York first. Can I just say it's playing in New York right now?
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
And it's in the clubs. Like I lose my mind every time I hear it. They play it in the clubs and it's on radio and stuff like that. So it was supposed to be in New York. So once I've got that market, then it will be able for me to cross over. And then they said South Africa. And then on Thursday night actually, when it dropped on all the major
Digital platforms.
digital stores, my A&R called me and Steve was like, so Sam, they wanted to go worldwide. I'm like, what do you mean worldwide? It's like, it's going to be available everywhere. Like, you can go onto China's iTunes, whatever. And they dropped it worldwide.
Wow.
And that's that.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Samantha Jansen's in the studio in case you just joined us, talking all things a journey with the music. And Ice Pop, your latest singles out and available on all digital platforms. Make sure you get yourself a copy. And it is at Samantha J17 on Twitter, and it is Samantha Jansen on Instagram. Do the right thing, follow up and get that single. Besides that, I want to get into what are you listening to right now in African tune. You know, Mus, you've been here, you've done the radio thing with us, so yeah, just give us something so we can play. I'm tired, plus.
What am I listening to right now?
Yeah.
I listened to what was I listening to earlier on? Davido.
Yeah.
I listened to Wizkid and Tiwa Savage. I think my favorite African song is Tiwa's song. What's the song? All something.
Oh, for love. I think it is. No.
All over.
All over. I love that song. I'm so obsessed with that song.
All right, so we give her obsession because this is how we do, man. It's the re-up, man. The fiends are out here.
This is TransAfrica Radio.
Tiwa Savage with All Over right here on TransAfrica Radio, a selection by Samantha Jansen, who's in the studio right now talking all things Samantha Jansen, and just finding out, I really want to get into this New York move, right? Because that's a whole new continent, right?
It is.
Trump land, a lot of things are happening on that side of the world. At least you're sharing a city with Trevor Noah. I want to find out what's it like on that side of the world as compared to you, because you've hustled the streets of Johannesburg, right?
Yeah.
You've done your fair share of doing the grind and all of that. What's it like on the other side of the world? The contrast and the difference between you hustling Joburg and you doing your thing in New York.
The funny thing about going to New York, when you move to any country, they always say, it's going to be difficult and this and that because you're getting into a completely different industry. New York has probably been the easiest thing for me to get into.
Yeah.
I know.
Why? How?
I have honestly, I'm a big believer in God, and my path in New York had opened from the first week that I got there. The music execs that I met, even the clubs that I got into. Like I went to One Oak. One Oak is one of the biggest clubs with sneakers. When you go to any club in New York, you need to queue. It doesn't matter how hot you look. They will pass you by.
Yeah.
And the guy came to me nicely. Sneakers, he took me in. We started speaking. After that, I never had to queue to go into any club in New York ever again.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Damn, I'm going to New York with you.
Now we family. Now you and I have become sorry. It's done.
I promise you, the industry in I don't know. Apparently, I've got a different look, so that helped because they were very open to so many things. I did a lot of modeling that side.
Yeah.
I had a lot of I had an offer to do a movie that they shot, but when I came, my sister was pregnant. So they started shooting that time, and the guy actually sent me an email now the other day saying, "When you're around, please let me know because I'm supposed to go back now."
Yeah.
I got to MC gigs. I was asked to MC Champion, which is a big brand. New York Fashion Week.
Champion.
I was asked to MC.
Could you not be woke? You not woke.
That's big.
Dude, like you don't even understand. It was much easier for me that side than what has ever been in South Africa.
Wow.
Ever. I promise you, it's been so easy for me that side.
Okay.
And I honestly, I owe it all to God. It can only be. It doesn't make sense that so much happened to me in what I call such a short period of time. It was the craziest thing, but I met the most amazing people in the industry, like across industries. I was able to work across industries. I'm still getting work. It's really amazing. So compared to SA, much easier.
Okay, wow, crazy. So you speak of it being much easier, but you also mentioned the looks aspect. And when you spoke about the A&R guy that you were sent to, I think it's the guy who wrote the song, Steve or something like that.
Yes.
You mentioned how they said after sending a picture, you are sellable as a. So is it more of a looks based? Because that's what I thought as a kid. I'm like, it can't be that all the Americans are beautiful that sing.
Yes, that's the unfortunate thing. The industry is very fickle.
Okay.
It's a very fickle industry. I've made friends with people. Don't know if if I tell them I'm South African, they don't believe me. They either think I'm French or they speak to me in Spanish or they think I'm whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't. But the moment I say I'm South Africa, the amount of respect those people have for me is ridiculous because I don't think South Africans actually are light in complexion they don't believe that. I promise you, they don't. Americans are literally just thought about. They teach them about America and America only. Any country outside of that does not matter.
What?
All they know is that Africans are poor and we
send money to them like
Yes, that's what they think. So does looks matter in the industry? Yes, definitely. Also, the industry is very racist. That I can tell you.
Yeah.
It's a very racist industry, especially the American industry. That is why when you grow up, you think that all Americans look a specific way and they all just, that is why your people like, and I'm gonna get a bit political, but anyway, people like your Beyoncés and your Rihannas, whatever, do much better than a lot of artists which would be from a different race group or dark skinned or whatever the case might be. It's a thing. It's literally a thing. I have friends that would speak about it, and when I got there, they were like, "No, but Sam, you can get into this club, we won't." And then I see it happen.
Wow.
I've seen it happen. It's the most ridiculous thing. So the industry, I think it doesn't matter most countries, but America, yes, very fickle industry. Very, very fickle industry.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Interesting stuff. In case you just joined us, Samantha Jansen's in the studio. We're talking about her latest single that's out. It is Ice Pop. And yes, we will digress because yes, we want to chat and find out a bit more. School you a little bit about Americans, being a fickle industry and all of that. Yeah, man. Send us more of your questions and comments and suggestions, the whole shebang. Find us on Twitter. It's at TransAfrica872. On Facebook, TransAfricaRadio.net. Not forgetting you can also find us via that WhatsApp line, +27 7925 44329.
Do hashtag the re-up across all social media platforms. Do not forget that you can call in as well. +27 1144 114477 Look at Samantha, give me the number again.
Yeah.
Okay, girl, you won't take my job too? No.
Huge shout outs to Miss Zungu sending us a message saying, listening to you, baby Sammy, on the Re-Up Show. Ice Pop is a jam and my favorite song by Tiwa Savage all over. Dancing lady, dancing lady, dancing lady, and a heart emoji.
Yes, emphasize.
I need to do the right thing.
Hand emoji.
We got another message here from Tite all the way in Lesotho saying, I got a smalanyana chance to tune in, guys. Ice Pop is one of those music tracks we call delicious, and the Amanda emoji.
Whoa! As for Amanda emoji,
It's the Amanda emoji.
I don't think that's what it's really called, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it. It's the Amanda
It's an
emoji.
Amanda emoji.
Yeah, it's the Amanda emoji. Shout outs to whoever
Shout
came
out
up with
people in Burundi, y'all. We don't know what Amanda is.
it. The power to the people emoji.
Yes, there we go. So I have a question for you about the industry, and you spoke about how there's so many divides, and one will obviously surpass the other.
Yeah.
What can you say to those who don't qualify, so to speak? You know, the not so pretty girls, the dark skinned girls. My God, I'm hurt. Yeah, but like all those people, what do you say to them in order to encourage them to keep on going? You know what I'm saying? Because in such an industry, everybody wants to be successful,
Yeah.
and you know sometimes you have the talent. Like for example, Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's such a fickle industry and you keep on questioning, my gosh, will I, what would you say to want to counter all of those thoughts?
Honestly speaking, I would tell you that if it's looks aside,
Yeah.
if it's your path to walk, then you will get there either way. That's just how I see it. Because even myself in South Africa, it was never an easy path for me to walk,
Yeah.
ever. You know, doesn't matter what I looked like. It's never been an easy industry. There's a lady by the name of Ducky. I don't know, she's a model. She's from Australia. She's dark and such a beautiful girl. She's Sudanese, but she's a very beautiful girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The one married to an Australian guy?
No, her sister's married to an Australian guy. She's not married. She's in New
she's
York
not
now. So
married.
she's doing
when are you
so
going to New
well.
York?
She's doing so well in the industry.
Yeah.
And then there's another lady called Sunit that I also know. Same thing. So I feel like it depends on unfortunately sometimes it's dependent on where you're at. You know when they say sometimes my soulmate could be across the world.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Oh god.
But I work with a lot of orphanages, and the one thing that I always say to the girls, because they all look different, you know, is that you need to believe in yourself and you need to believe in your art. And as women in general, we always need to work 10 times harder to be able to prove ourselves, you know. So don't ever let an industry determine your faith. It would be sad for you to think or to compare yourself to someone else, not knowing that at the end of the day, this is actually the path that God has paved for you. But because you're comparing yourself, you're not walking that way because you're scared. And in that moment, fear makes the decision for you. And that's really sad. So that's what I would say.
Wow. Awesome stuff. Some inspiring words by Samantha Jansen, in case you just tuned in. I want to find out, Sammy, from you, have you ever gotten to a point in life where you're like, you know what, I give up?
No.
Never.
No.
Not at all.
Never.
Nothing's ever pushed you towards that. And what keeps you going?
I'm very crazy, and I my sister says I'm crazy. I'm very crazy
No,
in the
you
sense
are.
that
Look what the brother is saying. Yes,
in the sense that when I have a goal and I have a vision and I've seen this vision for years. For me, it's about knowing that's my purpose and having to wake up every day and work towards it. Whether or not I accomplish a goal, it doesn't matter. Even if I make it halfway, the mere fact that I woke up that morning and I know this is my purpose and I did one or two things to get me to that point, I'm good. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
Even if I'm laying flat on my back and I've cried the whole night and things are sad, I still need to think, okay, cool. I still need to send that email. I still need to do these pictures. Do you understand? I've never... I don't know. I'm, and I think my dad has contributed a lot into my life for that. But I'm a firm believer in God and the universe, and I believe it doesn't matter which. Sometimes they're defining moments in your life, and it doesn't matter if you turn left, right, or you go forward or backwards. You would end up where you're supposed to end up anyway. You know. So no, I haven't.
All right.
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Wow, we hope she doesn't get to that point.
Ever.
I'm going to get into one of your favorite songs. You actually schooled me about this one back in the radio days. This is Marvin's with Janta Manta.
This is TransAfrica Radio.
Man, Marvin Records, and this is Janta Manta, man. And Nthokozo was actually just reminding me how he ended, like, just rocked. Samantha walked in, Shay, on the day, and she was like, hey, hold up, everybody stop what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's a new song. You're like, new song? She's like, yeah, Marvin's Janta Manta.
Yeah,
and then she plays it, and then you're like, yo, okay. And then it was like a soundtrack to our Saturdays at some
That's a
point.
dope song. It's still a dope song.
It is.
It is.
Awesome stuff. Samantha Jansen's in the studio. Shay and I having a chat with her regarding her new journey, if I can call it that, the music thing. Shay got a couple of questions and things you want to share with with Samantha and the world.
Okay, so I want to find out about your music scene right now. Yeah, you put this single up. What's coming next? Since this was the one to introduce you to the masses. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What can we expect next?
We've written a few songs.
Okay.
So based on the public's reaction, I'm gonna say, and response to this song, we'll then decide where we take it from there.
Yeah.
But because I'm a songwriter, I've written different genres of songs.
Yeah.
So that I think helps me as a musician, and it allows me to be able to choose which direction I want to. But like I said, I was told that I need to go with this one now to introduce me to the industry. And then obviously I need to do a music video. We are doing a music video.
Yes.
Like yes.
Yes.
When?
So we're doing. I was supposed to shoot it the last time I was there, but we were waiting for it to snow. So every time we miss the snow, and then there's a miss.
Oh, goodness.
I promise you.
Ice pop makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
So but we're definitely shooting a music video. I've had a few DJs hit me up that want to do remixes to the song. I've done remixes to the song. So yeah, we'll see.
Awesome stuff. Are you spending your December in New York? Are you watching the ball drop? What's going on?
No, I would never go and watch that ball drop.
Wow, this is like a bucket list thing for me.
You would, once you're there, you would not want to go there.
Oh, okay.
Because there's so many people and so many tourists that want to go there that you literally have to get there at like 4 to get, and it's on Times Square.
Yeah.
I used to live on Times Square. So the amount of people, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
This is it. No more
your
ball
bucket?
drop, man.
So, you can still go. You
No
don't
more.
just stick it off and
Dreams
do it. You can
shattered.
still go.
I'll do it from like
But
someone's hotel room
I
or
wanted to
something.
do it last year. And then when I looked at the people, I was like, but it's 4 guys. Where are these people going?
Oh, that's crazy. That's more than like 8 hours of waiting.
4 p.m.
No,
From 4 p.m. they were waiting, walking towards the ball drop. By the time 8 hits, you cannot even walk past. Remember, the streets are numbered.
Yeah.
So it's 42nd. We were on 49th at a restaurant on Columbus Circle. From there already, people were piling up to 42nd. How many blocks are that?
Yo, that's insane.
So
All right.
by that time, I was like, no, it's fine. I don't have to see this
okay,
ball
hey?
drop.
You know.
I'm okay.
For someone who doesn't know, because now I'm speaking about it, someone who doesn't know, what is the ball drop?
What happens is that they have these artists performing on Times Square, and then they have this massive crystal ball thing that drops at exactly 12 p.m.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then people
Happy
just
New
they
Year.
count down and Happy New Year.
Do they have that? Because this is me. I want to find out about America. Do people all start kissing each other at midnight? What happens?
Mistletoe vibes.
No. I mean, if they did, I didn't see them.
Girl, you want this?
Trumpland is a fake. It's a fake, this America.
Right.
None of the stuff they've said. I'm thinking I'm going to just squash the whole of America. I had so much lists with America there. I'm just going to go to Kenya. They don't disappoint there. They don't disappoint there.
I'm just so glad you guys talked about ball drop because you were having so much fun interacting. Ball drop. I'm just like, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one? Which ball?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know the ball drop, but it's okay. We'll
Are you
Google
talking
after.
puberty? What's going on?
Guys, a whole entire. So you watch the ball drop and
I
that's
just
it.
wait, let me tell you guys a story. Wait.
Yeah.
So when I was doing Africa Facts, right? I interviewed football stars.
Yes.
So they had this big Samsung dome thing in the center of Sandton Square. So one of the guys, there was a guy that entertained them by kicking the ball like this, right? This is not for sensitive viewers. I'm just putting it out there. But anyway,
Disclaimer.
so, I interviewed this guy and whatever, and I said to this guy, that's the most amazing thing I've seen a guy do with balls. It never registered. So later on, the director called me and he's like, Sam, they're not happy with you. I'm like, what did I do? He's like, the part about the balls. I'm like, yes, did you see that guy?
You're
And
winning at
even
this life.
then, he's like, are you listening to yourself? I'm like, yes. Did you see? I was like, later on, I'm like, oh my God. But basically, yeah.
All right. Oh, damn. Samantha Jansen's in the studio. Trajectory. We know you're shooting a video. When should people expect it? March. Please say March.
Okay, March.
Okay.
What lies are we telling our Please, no. Real dates, please.
So
I mean, you already gave a date.
it's going to be in March, Shay. Oh, Ice Pop. You're on the lookout for that. We'll drop you the news right here on the Re-Up. Shay's going to have the scoop as far as that is concerned.
Yes.
And where can it's available on all digital platforms, right?
It is, yes.
And should people be on the lookout for you doing performances, or are you still just making sure that the people hear the song first before you go out there and perform it?
Yes, I think right now we're just trying to do as much media or press or whatever as possible and get the song out there or get the people more aware of the song. And then do performances. But I mean, if there's a performance that comes up, then why not, you know? So yeah, we'll just take it as it comes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even ask. Who would you collabo with?
Who would I?
Yeah, I mean, you're very open to the African space and the African scene, and you know your artist very well.
Yeah.
So when you think of your music style and where you want to take your music, who do you see in mind?
An African artist.
Yeah, African artists.
Kwesta.
Okay.
Yes. I think his voice is so amazing. And then there's an artist that I met recently, and he's literally just recording. I think this kid is so talented. His name is Azzy. This boy is super talented. Like, if you hear about this guy in the next 6 months, remember I told you.
Samantha's
There
just
we
doing
go.
those
We have
things
to write these
again.
things down.
Remember I told you.
Yo, Azzy, if
His
you're
name
listening.
is Azzy. Yes.
Yo, Samantha just put you on, G. Yeah, man, call us. We gonna do the right thing. Anyway, moving right along. Samantha, where can people find you as far as social media is concerned? Websites, the whole shebang. And where can they stalk you? The gents. I know the gents don't want to stalk you.
You can follow me on Twitter, Samantha J17. Instagram, Samantha Jansen with a double N, because there's like so many Samantha Jansens. And then Facebook, Samantha Jansen 1N.
All right.
What
Okay.
else? Yes, that's it.
Do the right thing. Thank you very much for giving us some time.
Right thing. Follow me.
We should get into that $1 million question.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, she's a part of the station, but she never answered a question herself.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
the
very
question?
true.
You know
Yeah.
that TransAfrica Radio likes asking, we play 100% African music. So what are your takes and views on that?
I believe that we should continue doing that, definitely. Why? Because everyone else is jumping on it. Ask yourself why. Why is every other country jumping on African music? Clearly we're doing something right. Do you understand? So yeah.
Yeah, you know, operative, we. It's the family, Shay. I told you. Let's get into this one. Some new music from Samantha Jansen. This is Ice Pop, available on all digital platforms. Go out there, show the lady some love, and just do the right thing. It's an amazing tune. It's not even about Samantha. It's about the song.
This is TransAfrica Radio.